Hi everyone, I'm Nico and welcome to Talk English with Us, the channel where you improve your English through useful expressions, real-life conversations and interesting topics. Today, we're going to talk about 5 mistakes that almost every English learner makes at some point. And if you make some of these mistakes, don't worry, you are definitely not alone. Actually, I want to say something right from the start. Making mistakes while learning a language is completely normal. In fact, if you're not making mistakes, you're probably not practicing enough. Mistakes are proof that you're trying, and trying is how you improve. That said, knowing which mistakes are the most common can help you fix them a lot faster. So today, we're shining a light on 5 of the big ones, plus a bonus at the end, because I like to over-deliver. Let's go.
Mistake number 1. Saying, I have 30. This is a very common one, especially for speakers of French, Spanish, Portuguese and many other languages, because in those languages you use the verb to have for age. J'ai 30 ans. Tengo 30 años. Perfectly correct in those languages, but in English we use the verb to be. So in English you say, I'm 30 years old, or just, I'm 30. Nice and simple. Never, I have 30 years. That sounds very unusual to a native English speaker. Imagine introducing yourself at a dinner party. Hello, I have 36 years. People will understand, but they'll also look at each other for a quick moment. So, I'm 36. She's 25. My dad is 60 years old. Always the verb to be. Repeat with me. I'm 30 years old. She's 25. He just turned 40. Great. Mistake number 1 fixed. Mistake number 2. Confusing do and make. Oh, this one trips people up constantly. And honestly, I understand why. There's no perfect logic to it. You just have to learn which verbs go with which words. But here's a general rule that helps. We usually use do for tasks, actions, and responsibilities. And we usually use make for creating something or producing a result. Let me give you examples. Do your homework. You don't make homework, you do it. Do exercise. I do yoga every morning. Do your best. Just do your best and don't worry. Do the dishes. Do the laundry. Now for make. Make a mistake, not do a mistake. This one comes up a lot. Make a decision. I need to make a decision by Friday. Make money. He's trying to make money with his new business. Make dinner. I'll make dinner tonight. Make an effort. She made a real effort to improve. The most common error I hear is I did a mistake. The correct version is I made a mistake. Say it with me. I made a mistake. I'm going to do better next time. There you go. One sentence, both verbs, perfect. Mistake number 3, translating directly from your native language. This one is one of the trickiest because word-for-word translation often makes sense to you but sounds strange to a native speaker. Let me give you some examples.
One very common one. In many languages, when you've missed someone, the structure means something like you are missed to me. So learners sometimes say you miss me when they mean I miss you. In English, it's I miss you. The subject is the person doing the missing. Another example. Some learners say I am agree, but in English, agree is a verb, so you say I agree, not I am agree. Or I am agree with you. No, just I agree with you. Another one. It makes me to think. No to there. It makes me think. The verb after make in this structure doesn't have to. And a classic. How do you call this in English? The correct version is what do you call this in English, not how, what. These are small differences, but they add up. The more natural English you listen to and the more you practice, the more your brain will stop translating and start thinking directly in English. And that's the real goal, by the way, not to translate faster, to think in English. Mistake number 4, pronouncing every word too clearly and too separately. Now this might surprise you. Can't you be too clear? Well, yes, actually. When native English speakers talk naturally, words connect, sounds blend, some words almost disappear. This is called connected speech, and if you don't know about it, it can make native speakers very hard to understand. Let me give you some examples. What do you want to do? In natural speech, that sounds more like, what do you want to do? Did you eat yet? Sounds like, did you eat yet? Going to often becomes gonna. Want to often becomes wanna. Have to often becomes have-to. Now, I'm not saying you need to sound exactly like that. You don't. You can speak more clearly than that and still sound very natural. But here's the point. If you pronounce every single word separately, slowly and perfectly, it can actually sound a little robotic, like a text-to-speech voice. Natural English has a flow, a rhythm. Words connect. So my advice, don't try to speak faster. Instead, focus on letting words flow a little more naturally into each other. Practice these phrases until they feel smooth. I want to. I'm going to. Did you see that? What do you? Repeat. What do you want to do? I'm going to think about it. Did you see that? Much more natural, right? Mistake number 5, trying to speak too fast. And here's the irony. This is the opposite problem from mistake number 4. Some learners think that speaking fast means sounding fluent, so they rush. And when they rush, their pronunciation breaks down. They skip words, they lose their train of thought, and suddenly the message is unclear. Here's the truth. You can speak slowly and sound completely confident and natural. In fact, many very effective communicators speak slowly and deliberately. So what should you do instead of rushing? Slow down, especially when you're saying something important. Pause. Pauses are not weaknesses. They show that you're thinking, and they give the listener time to follow you. Focus on pronunciation. Better to say one clear sentence than 3 fast, unclear ones. Use filler expressions to give yourself time. Things like, well, let me think. That's a good question. Actually, these are natural. Native speakers use them all the time. And if you forget a word, don't panic, just describe it. The thing you use to, the tool for. People will help you, and it's actually great practice. The goal is not to speak as fast as a native speaker. The goal is to communicate clearly and confidently. Now, bonus time. A mistake Nico hears all the time. Are you ready? Saying since when you mean for.
Sentence 3. I agree with your opinion. Correct or incorrect? Correct. I agree is perfect, not I am agree. Just I agree. Sentence 4. She's been waiting for an hour. Correct or incorrect? Correct. 4 plus a duration. Exactly right. Great use of 4. Sentence 5. How do you call this in English? Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. The natural version is what do you call this in English, not how. We use what here. How did you do? 5 out of 5? Amazing. 3 or 4? Very solid. Less than 3? That's fine.
That's why we're here. Now, how do you actually stop making these mistakes? A few practical tips. Listen to natural English every day. Podcasts, YouTube, films, shows. Let your ear get used to how English really sounds. When you hear a useful sentence, say it out loud. Repeat it. Make it part of your vocabulary. Keep a small notebook. When you notice you've made a mistake, write it down and write the correct version next to it. Review it later. Speak regularly, even for 5 minutes a day. Consistency matters more than length. Learn expressions as whole phrases, not just individual words. Don't just learn the word make. Learn make a decision, make dinner, make an effort. And finally, and this is the most important one, don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are not signs of failure, they are signs of progress. All right, let's wrap this up. The 5 mistakes we covered today. Mistake 1, saying, I have 30. Correct version, I'm 30. Mistake 2, confusing do and make. Remember, do homework, make a mistake, make a decision. Mistake 3, translating word for word from your language. Think in English when you can. Mistake 4, pronouncing every word too separately. Let words flow and connect naturally. Mistake 5, speaking too fast. Slow down, speak clearly, use pauses. And the bonus, confusing since and for. For plus duration, since plus a point in time. Before I go, I want to leave you with this. Making mistakes doesn't mean your English is bad. It means you're learning. Every mistake is a chance to improve. So keep going, keep practicing, and keep speaking. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these mistakes do you make most often? No judgment, I'm genuinely curious, and your answer might help someone else who's reading the comments too. If you found this episode useful, please give it a like. It helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe to Talk English with Us so you never miss a new episode. And if you know someone who's learning English, send them this video. Sharing is caring, as they say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Keep going. You're doing great.